Who is killing these black victims? Not whites, not the police, but other blacks.
Neighbours told us that the woman killed was called Stella. She was in her 40s and a bullet came through the front of her house and hit her as she sat on the sofa. Her 6-year-old son was beside her and saw it all happen.
A couple of weekends ago, 70 people were shot in the city within the space of 48 hours, with 12 fatalities. The weekend after that, nearly 30 people were shot. The kinds of figures that compare with the world's active war zones.
Mentoring addresses the topic some ignore.
You don't see these killings in mass numbers like this in other races. You know, how can we expect someone else to respect us if we don't respect ourselves? So the black on black crime that is plaguing not only Chicago, Detroit, Minneapolis, so many cities across the nation, but you have to start at home. You have to take care of home. You know, you have to make sure that our young people respect our race.
And as a criminologist, part of my work is about trying to understand what causes young people to be violent, asking that most important question, why? Why would a young person that is 16, 15, 17 years old want to pick up a knife and just stab someone at random and they've never met them before? Why would someone want to pick up a gun just because someone lives in a completely different postcode and be prepared to shoot it? Why would someone be prepared to kill a child on a school bus just because they're looking at them for 10 seconds? And the fact of the matter is there's not one answer to answer why young people arrive at that particular point. There's actually a series of factors: dysfunctional families, father absence, racism, poor identities, dysfunctional homes. But one thing that really sticks out for me when I'm analyzing this type of thing is this one word about invisibility, invisible. What I find in my work is that most young people in our society are invisible, unseen, unheard. And if anybody knows the history of cultures and communities, that when people feel oppressed, when people feel invisible, when people feel unheard, sometimes they do things in order to be visible. So, we might not be able to understand why a young person gets on the bus one day and feels that in order to get credibility, I need to hurt somebody, I need to rob somebody's phone. Our young people are invisible.
So what?
And as if on cue, our interview interrupted.
So what? You gonna shoot me? Stand up and stop this shit. Don't condone it. I'm gonna continue to talk in front of the camera.
You helping the situation? Why? Because you talking to the authorities?
Why? Because you won't.
What now if I show
Because you won't.
Nigga, you a snake.
I bet y'all ain't gonna do nothing to me though.
Miss Clark's house was targeted because someone was after her grandson, who was recently released from prison, according to neighbours. Neighbours like Anton Dobine, who are sick of what's happened.
How many times has that house got shut up over the last?
This is the third time.
It's the third time this house got shut up over the last, since when?
In the last 2 weeks.
In the last 2 weeks?
Last 2 weeks. That woman is the nicest woman you ever want to meet. She coached us in Little League baseball. She feed people. She does everything.
I always get faced with this statement: it's not my problem. I generally talk to just general people about raising awareness of youth violence and gun crime and knife crime. And people say, yeah, but it's not really me, it's those types of young people, or it's them. And in the back of my head, I'm getting a little bit angry, but frustration, but smiling at the same time. And I'm saying, yeah, but it is our problem. Until it happens to your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, your husband, your wife.
Says her male friend has a gun. Citizen 14 and a city rider in a person with a gun.